So when you rip off so many people's hard-earned money, God is not going to let you keep it forever. One of the main reasons Salt Bae is getting this much humiliation
Salt Bae really went from sprinkling salt like a king to sprinkling lawsuits, scandals, and literal fire on his customers. Bro went from feeding gold steaks to billionaires to getting kicked out of the Champions League final like some random fan with no ticket. How does that even happen? Let's break it all down. This man's whole career just crumbled like overcooked steak. So Salt Bae shows up at the Champions League final. Uninvited, unwanted, unnecessary. Full tuxedo, sunglasses, at night, like he's at a Met Gala, not a football match. And then, boom, security sees him, goes, nope, not today. They literally escort him out. Bro got humbled in 4K. And what does Salt Bae do? He jumps on Instagram like, no guys, I wasn't kicked out, I was just passing by. Passing by? With a tuxedo and meat-scented perfume? You ain't passing by nothing, you're trespassing with style. It's like showing up at someone's wedding in a bridal gown and saying, oops, I was just walking through. Now, if this was his only L, fine, but this guy's been stacking L's like they're golden stakes. Remember the 2022 World Cup? Argentina wins, players crying, hugging, a beautiful moment. And here comes Salt Bae, creeping in like a wedding crasher. Grabs Messi, grabs him, pulls his arm for a selfie. Messi looked like he was being held hostage by seasoning. Then Salt Bae grabs the actual World Cup trophy, holds it up like he won the tournament. FIFA was so mad, they banned him from future events. That's how shameless he was.
Why did you go onto the World Cup pitch after the final, touch the World Cup, and kiss the World Cup? What were you thinking?
You know, I love Argentina, I love football. And this is the accident. Before I don't know the rules. Now I know the rules. Next World Cup, I never touch the World Cup. I go to, of course, stadium, see the match, but I never touch again.
After that, everyone was done. No more, wow, Salt Bae is so cool. Now it's, bro, why are you still here? And while he was chasing clout, his restaurants were falling apart. Let's talk numbers. His London steakhouse, profits dropped almost 50%. Reviews are brutal, overpriced, mid-food, all show, no taste. One dude paid £600 for a gold steak and left hungry. Now they're offering £39 lunch specials just to get anyone in the door. Boston location, closed for safety violations. New York, gone. Even Dubai, his last stronghold, dead. A food reviewer said the food was fine, but they were literally the only people there. From VIP waiting list to please come eat here. Bro turned fine dining into fine dying.
Pulled up to Nusret. Inside of this place looked insanely nice, and I gotta say, right off the bat, the service was incredible, but that might be because this place is completely empty. We are literally the only people.
And behind the scenes, it's worse. Multiple former employees said he stole their tips, skimming 3%, firing staff who called him out. One lawsuit said he acted like Tony Montana. Bro thought he was Scarface with steaks. They said he took passports, yelled at workers, humiliated them, all while flexing on Instagram. That's not a restaurant, that's a meat cult. And just when you thought it couldn't get darker, one of his restaurants literally set 4 people on fire during a fire show. Not a joke. One Russian model got third-degree burns on 35% of her body. And how did Salt Bae handle it? Deleted the security footage. No apology, no refund, no humanity. Like, bro, you turned a steakhouse into a horror movie and just acted like it was another Tuesday?
Many people are exposing the reason why Salt Bae is getting cancelled like this. How ripping off people's hard-earned money caused Salt Bae unfixable losses.
Salt Bae, I don't know what was going through his mind when he chose that name, but it's true that this guy has become the saltiest person in the world right now. Do you guys even know that he didn't meet his mother for 2 years when he was at the peak of his fame? And when he finally did, he didn't even take his sunglasses off. Like, literally, how much fame and money can ruin a person to the point that you forget your family and can't even take off your sunglasses to see your own mother? Well, I don't want to go deep into someone's personal matter, but the way this guy is getting humiliated, getting kicked out of events like he is some kinds of beggar or a homeless person, it honestly looks really sad to me. But many people are saying that all of this is karma finally hitting him back, and I totally agree. Just imagine how many people this Salt Bae guy has ripped off. Someone might have gone to his restaurant just to taste what a Salt Bae's restaurant tastes like, but after eating finds out the bill is $10,000. Yes, don't be shocked, that actually happened in real life. And when the customer couldn't pay because they didn't order that much food, Salt Bae literally called the cops on him, and eventually the customer had to pay for it.
Whilst eating at Salt Bae Steakhouse in Miami, Dwayne Miranda ordered 2 standard $275 tomahawk steaks, yet he was instead unknowingly presented with 2 golden tomahawk steaks, being charged more than $5,000 for his meal when he eventually got to the counter. We ordered 2 tomahawk steaks and a rack of lamb for the table. When the bill came, we were shocked by the total. They insisted that we ordered the golden option and charged us $1,000 for each. We absolutely did not order that option. Although we did eat what was brought to the table thinking this was the normal presentation for our order, it was clear that the waiter was trying to take advantage of the situation. After disputing the misunderstanding with management, they decided to involve local law enforcement rather than do the right thing. We paid the disputed $5,000 bill to avoid further conflict.
So when you rip off so many people's hard-earned money, God is not going to let you keep it forever, right? That's one of the main reasons Salt Bae is getting this much humiliation, and you can see in the latest video how this guy was kicked out. Guys, let me know your opinion. Do you think he deserves what he is going through right now, or are people being too cruel with him?
And we haven't even talked about the Maduro incident. While Venezuela was starving, Salt Bae served their dictator $1,000 steaks on camera. People were eating once a day, and this man was feeding their leader like it's a James Bond villain scene. Protests broke out. People were furious. And then he posts a Fidel Castro tribute right before opening a restaurant in Miami, a city full of Cuban exiles. How do you fumble PR that badly? Google is free, my guy. So now, Salt Bae's follower growth, flat. Engagement, dead. Restaurants, bleeding money. And him, still posting like he's top G. Dancing with gold knives, standing on cliffs, trying to look deep. But no one's clapping anymore. He's a meme that doesn't realize the joke's over. Salt Bae was never really a chef. He was a show. A walking meme with a steakhouse budget. But when the food's bad, the vibe is off, and the scandals pile up, the show's over. The salt lost its flavor. And unless he changes, for real, people won't remember him as a chef. They'll remember him as the guy who sprinkled his career into the fire and thought it smelled like success.
So now, the real question is, who's truly responsible for making people like Salt Bae famous in the first place? Is it just clever marketing, or is it us? We're the ones who made him go viral, turned him into a meme, lined up outside his restaurants, and paid insane prices just to say we were there. We fed the hype, shared the clips, and glorified the image, all while ignoring the warning signs. Now that he's being exposed for ripping off hardworking people and running restaurants that are all flash and no substance, can we really act shocked? Or do we need to take a step back and ask ourselves, are we the ones creating these monsters?
Anyway, that's the whole Salt Bae downfall, from gold steak to cold clout. Let me know what you think in the comments. Was Salt Bae always corny, or did the fame just fry his brain? Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.